Hello, and this is a video I'm making to accompany my Hub Pages hub here on it's basically the basic tools of producing music. And I'm going to start off with compression because it is probably the most important tool, particularly when recording vocals. Now, what I've got here is it's a one take I did on a song called, and the band played Waltzing Matilda. Uh, I was just recording it to, kind of practicing, testing things out. It's not a very good recording, but that's not the point. What I want you to do is not pay attention necessarily to what you're hearing. I want you to pay attention to this down here. This is the master volume output meter. I want you to notice that it's low and that it fluctuates a lot. And so go ahead and take a look at this right quick. See how it's real low, and then it pops up a little bit when the vocals are actually going, but it's all over the place. Now, this is what it's like with compression added on. I've got my window over here with a compressor. It's time to stop rambling. There's work to be done. So they gave me a tin hat. Now it wasn't a very good recording to begin with, so I'm using a setting on this that boosts the signal. But the most important thing to notice is how little it's actually varying in its actual volume, its output. Between when I'm singing and when I'm not, there's not a whole lot of variation, and it's keeping. Well, that's because there's also a hum from it being a bad recording is actually why it's not moving around much. But the important thing is that the actual singing is all staying right around that level. No matter where the volume level of the actual recording, down here it's actually hitting all right in that same level, and that's what compression does. Is it keeps stop that. It keeps your volume level on a particular piece of sound steady. Okay. Go ahead and get rid of that. Let me find a where is that? No. Okay, so this is a rider. It's a symbol. And it hits and then falls off real fast. So let me add that compressor to it. Try that one. Yeah, it's not quite what I'm looking for. Okay, do you see what that did, the difference there? Again, you need to pay attention to the volume. This is without the compression. See how it just kind of slides off? And then with the compression, it stays at a pretty consistent level, and then as the sound goes away, it drops out completely. So what's going on there is that it's keeping more or less, with only a slight variation, the sound of that rider steady until it goes away completely. And the whole point there is that you're keeping the volume of your sound or vocals or your guitar or whatever you're using the compression on at a consistent level so that it's always right there in your mix in the song. That's how when let me think of a good example. Okay, off the top of my head, there is Skid Row, the group. Okay, like 18 and Life to Go. Okay, I'm just off the top of my head here. A lot of the song is soft, And I've actually seen that Sebastian Bach is not a real, he's not real loud when he sings. He tends to use the mic to give him that loudness rather than trying to project his voice real high or far. But what's going on there is that, there's the soft parts of the song and then there's the louder, harder parts of the song. And what the compression is doing for his vocals is that when he's singing soft, it's keeping the vocals at a consistent level, and by boosting the signal some as is needed, and then when the vocals get loud, it's dropping the signal out some so that you can get a fairly consistent level on the volume of your vocals all the way through a track. So it is an extremely important effect in production work. Okay, so that was kind of an example on compression. I'm going to go ahead and stop, and then I'm going to go ahead and do another video on probably reverb. So I'll see you on the next one.